Hey, it's Josh. This is your iFanboy mini for the day. The mini is the little version of the larger comic book show iFanboy, which you can get over at revision3.com. And today I think I want to do like a mini vault, except there's no one else here. It's just me talking, but I'm going to talk about a random book. Before we get going, there's like a mosquito in the house, and he's just ravaging. It's on my arms, it's here, it's the face, my ear. So if that guy shows up, I can't promise I'm going to be able to go on with this. Sorry, it's what's on my mind, so that's what you get. Today I'm going to talk about Wizzywig Volume 1, Phreak, by Ed Piskor. This is basically a slightly fictionalized biography of a guy named Kevin Phenicle, and he is a kid who's a computer hacker genius. This is based not so loosely on the life of Kevin Mitnick, who was a hacker, the most famous hacker ever, the Free Kevin movement. See, there it is. And Mitnick was sort of a folk hero to hackers. Like he learned a long time ago. He learned all this stuff about how to break into computer systems and did so. And then he was hunted down by the FBI and put into jail. And then there was the whole Free Kevin movement. And so to some people he's like a folk hero, and to some people he's a criminal. What this book is about is a guy named Kevin Phenicle, and basically it's pretty much Kevin Mitnick, and it's about him as a kid. This is volume 1, so one can assume there are volumes to follow. And he learns how to game systems and how to hack and do things like that. And it starts off, basically, he's an awkward kid, and he doesn't really have a lot of friends. He gets picked on at school. He doesn't really know what to do with girls, things like that. And he learns, the first thing you see is he learns how to game the bus system. And he roots around in the trash and he finds all these transfer tickets and he uses those to ride the bus all over the place for free. And I believe that that's something that Kevin Mitnick actually did also. So from there, like, eventually he gets a computer and he uses the computer to use the modem. This is back in the early 80s. And the modem, he's hacking into systems and learning things and just expanding his knowledge. Now, whether he's got autism or Asperger's syndrome is sort of hinted at, but it's not really sure. But either way, the kid is a genius, but in the cost of that is that his life is very difficult because he's just not good with people, and he gets picked on by bullies, and just it's a pretty fascinating little story, and there's somewhere to go from this, and you sort of flash forward, that he goes to jail, that he's in prison, that there's going to be consequences for all this stuff, and where all this stuff is leading to him, and it's sort of told halfway through media, and then halfway through like the like documentary style, like the testimony of his friends and things like that. Ed Piskor he's an artist. He's worked with Harvey Piskor a lot. He's done stories for American Splendor and things like that. And his style is very clean, cartoony, indie comic style. I like this kind of book. I always say this about this kind of book, but I love books that deal with the real. And this is the world, as we know it. This is not superheroes, it's not capes, and I just like that people are exploring comic books that do something else, and you can tell documentary through comic books, and you can tell history through comics. You can do all those things, and it works just as well as anything else, provided the reader is able to get over that hump of thinking that this medium is not as good at that type of thing. Anyway, this is a book that's worth checking out. If you can't find it at your local shop, you can go to Ed's website there, and you can check it out there. You got any other questions, you can send them to contact@ifanboy.com, or you can go over to revision3.com/ifanboy and check out all the other videos we got going on. Thank you very much, and we will see you tomorrow.